You know, when Mel was laying out these new good bonuses, what should flash through your head is, I'm getting that. Right? Is that what flashed through your head? I'm getting that. And then the other little part of your brain says, I don't know how. And the other brain says, shut up, I'm getting that. You with me? Because that's the battle. I don't care how. You know what faith is, right? You got to pull on that faith. Part of your brain says, well, you didn't do it before. Why are you going to do it this time? The other part of your brain says, shut up, I'm doing it. That's how you're going to get it. That's how you're going to get it. That's exactly how we've gone from step to step by step by step. Every time with that self-talk in our mind. Melody and I are both voracious readers. She reads probably 3 to 1 above me, but we're always constantly reading, listening to CDs in our car on a trip. You know, we got the radio going sometimes and we get tired or whatever that. I'm old, so I'll fire up some old Rolling Stones, some AC/DC, just whatever it is, just to get me going, get me motivated again. You've got to tap into that. You've got to tap into what fires you up, what gets you going. That sounds crazy, doesn't it? But that's what you've got to do. When you wake up in the morning, put on some inspirational music in your house or whatever while you're getting ready. Don't turn on that daggone news and listen to that garbage. Right? They'll just talk you out of every dream you ever thought you had. You've got to keep building yourself up, building yourself up, building yourself up. Mark said it at conference that once a mind is expanded, it never goes back to where it came from. That's powerful, isn't it? And I'm sitting there in my chair and I'm listening, I'm thinking of this same stuff, and I'm thinking, you know, he's right. Because a few years ago, the house that we lived in with our 4 kids didn't cost as much as the car we drive now. Is that crazy or what? And that house that we lived in back then had a 30-year mortgage. And the car we drive ain't got a mortgage. And it's not just about Blair and Melody. You have got to expand your mind. You have got to believe that you are going to do this thing come heck or high water. It doesn't matter. We have a good time, don't get me wrong. We laugh, we celebrate, but it's about real life and real people's lives, you know. Look at Bubba and Tina. Bubba just lost his mom. Susie just lost her mom. Rusty just lost his dad. Some of our dearest friends have gone through terrible tragedy. You know, we've been at funeral homes and funerals, crying together and praying together and trying to lift each other up, because that's life, isn't it? That's life. Melody and I lost our youngest daughter to a car crash. We're laying in bed at 4 o'clock in the morning. We get a phone call to come to the hospital. They won't tell us anything. Car's so damaged and burned up, all they've got's a license plate on a car. Your world is rocked. Your world is shaken to the core. It's not all about the rah-rah and celebration all the time, is it? It's real life. And you have to have something that you can tap into, something that you can pull from, something you can draw from. You ain't got nothing left in you. You lean on Jesus, you lean on God to pull you through. This company is like nothing I've ever seen in my life. When I first got a chance to meet Mark 7.5 years ago in Brentwood, Tennessee, I just had some questions. I needed some reassurances that if Melody and Blair ran one more time with something, that this was going to be different, you know. And I sat across the table from that guy, and I had about 5 or 6 things that I hit him with and hit him with and hit him with, you know. And he just answered every question, and was laying out his vision of where he wanted his company to go. And I think that's back when the total volume of the company was maybe only 1 million or 2 total a year. Maybe. I don't even know exactly. But that's what he did. He built that vision and instilled in us that, man, this guy is different. His wife is different. This is worth whatever you got to do to go through to put this thing together. And that's how we got started. I was still building houses. This is 2005. October 2005. I was still building houses. I had crews going all over Middle Tennessee. Some days I'd put 300 miles on my truck, just going from job to job to job to job. I told her, give me some of those magnet signs, baby. I'm going to slap them on my pickup truck. I can advertise for you. And I got laughed at. I got ridiculed. I pulled up to these job sites. It was what we called the magic butt cards. Had the woman's derriere with the things, you know. They were pretty risque. So here I pulled up to a construction site, and I'm getting laughed at. Man, what do you got on your truck? Have you lost your mind? And I was the boss. Who cares what people think? Who's not out there anymore? Huh? You've got to go through some of that stuff. This book I was wanting to promote is from Randy Gage. He's got some good stuff out there. I don't agree with everything the guy writes, but he's got some tremendous stuff. He's talking in this book that risky is the new safe in this modern day and time, and that you have to be on cutting edge of things, like Mel was talking about Instagrams and all that. He says in this book it took 60 years for network marketing worldwide to do $100 billion in sales. 60 years to get to that point. Now, in the next 5 to 7 years, it's going to do another $100 billion in sales in networking. And then in the next 2 to 3 years, that's probably going to go to $400 billion in total sales worldwide in network marketing. Network marketing is not scoffed and laughed at anymore. It's taught in Harvard Business School, Yale School, Wharton Business School. These kids coming out of school are realizing I can't go get a career like my parents or my grandparents did and stay at a job for 20, 30, 40 years. That's done. Well, I got to do something different. And they're coming out of school hungry, looking for opportunity. I don't know anywhere in the world where you can get involved with a company for what I call pennies, literally pennies. What we say, $99 now still to join this company with enough product in that kit to get you $99 back, so you're in for free. And an 80 BV a month auto ship, you got to be kidding me. Anybody that can put that together has the opportunity to make tens of thousands of dollars. If you can't believe that now, that's okay. I just hoped for it. I did. I just hoped for it, you know. When Mark first mentioned the B word, the $1 billion word, it was like in, 2008, we went up to Michigan. It was wintertime. The snow was flying everywhere up there, and he was laying out stuff, and they said, this is going to be $1 billion company. And I'm sitting around looking at the 20 of us that are there going, wow, really? We got a long way to go. We better get to work. You know, I didn't say that to him, but that's what flashed through my mind. So how do you think I know this stuff about your mind, right? But that's exactly where we're going quickly now. Quickly now. The goal last year was to double the company. The year before, we did $49 million in total sales when it works. So last year conference, the goal was to double the sales of the company to do $100 million in volume in the calendar year of 2012. That fell in July. By the end of the year, it went over $200 million. That doubled again. Where did that next 100 million come from? Sorry, came from the brand new people. That's where the billion's going to come from. It's going to come from the brand new people that haven't even heard of this yet. Just like the girl we were on the phone with on the way down here today. Right there in Murfreesboro, she said, I can't believe I haven't heard of this. She said, but that's a good thing. She answered her own question. I said, yeah, you better know it. That's what's happening. Thousands and thousands and thousands of people are joining network marketing companies. And the pity of it is, and I hate to bash other companies, but I do, I guess, the sad part of it is so many of them are going to join another company where they really aren't going to be able to make it. They really aren't, and that's sad. The two biggest ones in the world are the two big A companies. One's got $13 billion in annual sales. The other one's got 11 point something billion in annual sales, and their people don't make any money. To me, it's just tragic. When we look at the comp plan that Mark's put together, and I mean, good bonuses aside, it was already pretty good. I joked with him at the Diamond Party, said, man, we got in too cheap, Mark. But good bonuses aside, this compensation plan is just unbelievable. If you don't understand it, that's all right. They'll still pay you your money. When people have been involved with companies realize this comp plan, they go, oh, my gosh, that guy's willing to pay you guys this kind of money? I say, yeah, because he's smart. He knows the more we succeed, the more the company succeeds, and it all just feeds itself. These new good bonuses, you're going to have to run for them. You heard that today, right? You're going to have to run for it. You don't have time to waste. It's what Melody calls your IPAs. Write this down. IPAs are income producing activities. You have to chart yourself a little bit and go through your day. What am I doing right now with my time? Is this an income producing activity I'm doing? Am I arranging all my wraps on my shelf? Am I getting all my bottles of New You all lined up? That's not going to make you any money, is it? That's not an income-producing activity. What's an income-producing activity? Blitzing. Holding a rap party. Getting on that telephone. Ooh, that telephone. That thing weighs 10,000 pounds sometimes, doesn't it? Getting on that telephone. I call it, you have to make your 10 calls a day, minimum. 10 calls a day. Does that scare you? It might, but that's okay. Because after you do those 10, you realize, wow, that didn't take me that long. I can do some more. You have to stay in that flow of income-producing activities. That's the only way this thing's going to be put together for you. Stay out of all the other, what I call the chaos. That doesn't ever stop. Life doesn't ever stop. That's going to keep on happening. You're going to get derailed a little bit. That's okay. You're going to fall down. We're going to help you get back up. That's just part of the deal. Get your focus back and stay right in those IPAs. Okay? Okay? Everybody agree? How many's going to get that good bonus? That's better. That's a little bit better. How many's going to get that good bonus? All right. Guarantee you the first time you say that, your brain goes, you liar. You're lying. You say, shut up. Shut up. I'm not listening to you anymore. You hadn't got me anywhere now. The only way you're going to change is to make change happen. That's profound and simple, but that's so true, isn't it? Nothing's going to change in your life unless you make something change. And you have to decide. I can't decide for you. You have to decide. What have I been wasting my time on? I ain't got time to waste anymore. I said it on our call the other night. If you're bold enough, if you're brave enough, if you're crazy enough, take your diamond chart, take your ruby chart, take your emerald chart. If you don't know what those are, somebody in this room can help you print those off. Take that thing and plaster it on the front of your TV. And when you fill in the next square, then you can pull it down and reward yourself and watch a show you've DVR'd. Okay? Watching The Bachelor is not an IPA. Okay? Watching American... Watch something, well, maybe for some. Watching American Idol is not going to put a dime in your pocket. Is that crazy or what? I'm getting real here. Slap that chart up over that TV. That is not going to pay you one dime. We've got that saying, there's no BV in TV. You can reward yourself along the way. You don't have to get totally crazy like Pam was saying and just cut the cord to the thing where you can't turn it on. But reward yourself along the way, but do it in steps, and that way you'll feel better about it. Instead of sitting there wasting time, you go, well, I earned it, so I can waste a little bit of time here. Does that make sense? You have to break it down like that, though. You have to break it down. You'll find that once your mind's expanded, it can't go back. Once you change some activities in your day, it just becomes your new normal. And your new normal is going to make you a lot of money, like a lot of money. If you can't believe for the $10,000 a month or the $50,000 a month, that's okay. You believe for what you can believe for now, okay? And I'll say it like this, and I'll scale it back just a little bit. But, don't let a job or even a business or whatever where you make $30,000 to $40,000 a year stop you from making $30,000 to $40,000 a month. Does that make sense? Don't get comfortable in that you think, well, we're doing okay. You look down the street and they lost their job, but we're still doing okay. You're doing okay. Baloney. Baloney. Don't let that trip you up in your mind, okay? We're talking some serious money here. We have no idea how much this compensation plan is going to pay out. Well, we're going to find out, okay? We're going to find out. And all I know is it's a bunch. We know there's 2 girls already made over $1 million last year. The kids, I call them. You think they're sitting at home watching American Idol? I don't think so. I think they're on their computer at night when they're not doing parties, tracking stuff, keeping up with stuff, and turning that, what I call that boob tube off. You've got to. Yeah, on the beach doing it. Yeah. You just have to. But you'll find that it's not that difficult. It's not that difficult. And once you get into that, what I call that flow of this business, it just, we've already heard it today from some of these girls up here. Things just start to happen. People just start to appear in your life. They just start coming out of the woodwork. Somebody will pop up. These girls, your sponsors out of San Diego, California. Isn't that wild? They don't have a sponsor right here to hug them and hold them and, prop them up. She's all the way across the country. But it doesn't matter. Texas, right? It doesn't matter. They can be from all over, everywhere, and that's what's going to happen for you as you get going through your walk of life with this crazy idea, with the crazy rap thing. People are just going to start popping up around you all the time right now, but you're not noticing them, or they're not noticing you. When Melody said, get excited, stay excited, even if that's not your personality. She's very blue, in case you haven't noticed. She's got that bubble in her. She always has. you know. But they will notice a difference in you. If you're kind of a quiet, softer-spoken person, they'll see that in you. They'll see that you're just bouncing a little bit. Your eyes are flashing that fire, I call it. You got that fire coming out of your eyes. People will notice that. People will pick up on that. You know, I was at the Walmart store, which I'm at quite a bit, it seems like, because I do a lot of the shopping now. But I'm there at the Walmart, and I'm going through the checkout, and I just kind of looking around, and nobody's happy. Have you noticed that in this world? Kroger, Walmart. I'm not picking on Walmart. It doesn't matter. Kroger, Publix, you name it. They all got their buggy and their kind of heads down, their shoulders. Nobody's smiling. Nobody. And I was at the checkout line, and it was, I don't know, busy time of the day, and they were lined up, and there was a young couple in front of me, like two in front of me. I haven't even quite gotten to the little stalls yet. And they're up there, and they don't have enough money. It's obvious something's going on. I can't really hear, but they're reaching in the basket and taking stuff out, and I can hear the young lady say, you know, how much was that? And they got two little kids with them. One's a little baby and one's a little toddler. And then they pull something else out of the buggy. And I just kind of piped up, and I said, excuse me, you know, how much do they need? And they looked at me like, huh? How much do they need, you know? $20, something like that. I reached in and grabbed a $50 bill out of my wallet, because that's about the first bill that came to my hand, and I just handed it to that young man. I said, here, will this take care of it? And he looked at me, it was surprise in his face, and went, wow, yeah, that's more than enough, you know. And so they paid, and everybody was kind of grumbling, like, you know, they're holding us up. We got to get home and watch American Idol, right? And I thought, how sad it is. How sad it is in America, the most awesome country on the face of the earth, the people are so numb and so distraught and so down that somebody's struggling to pay their bill. That young man came up with me with tears in his eyes, and he handed me back the change. He said, here's your change back, sir. And I'm thinking, sir, I'm just Blair, you know. I said, no, that's fine. You know, you guys keep it, and God bless you. And you could see the joy come across their face and the release on that young woman in her face as they went out the store. And I thought, thereby it works, I can do that. Only because of it works. Because I'd spent all those years in construction, and my business just went kaboom, bad boom, in 2008. Went from 9 crews to no crews in about 6 months. Isn't that right, Hatcliffe? But that's what you've got in your hands. Yeah. But that's what you've got in your hands. That's what you've got in your hands, the ability to make an impact in somebody's life you don't even know. I mean, not just tooting our horn, but at the end of the conference when the lights finally came up and they're taking the pipe and draping down, Mel and I are still standing there talking to people. People wanted to come up to us and talk to us and have us pray with them and just share with them and whatever. We determined ourselves, even after last year it happened to us, that we would be there till the last person was ready to leave. So we still got time to get ready for the party and all that stuff. That's what you got in your hands. The money is awesome. Don't get me wrong. We're humbled that we're in that magazine as a top 10 money earner at this company. But it's more than that. It's more than that. It's the people that are out there. You know, Henry David Thoreau said people live lives of quiet desperation. And they're out there in the droves. We got, 1.5 million people in Middle Tennessee. 1.5 million people in this 5-6 county area right now. And you're looking at the team right here. Pretty much. I mean, there's some that wanted to be here that couldn't, but that's it, gang. That's it. That arena downtown is going to be full with It Works people soon, shortly. I'm telling you, that's where we're headed. Yeah, that's where we're headed. I know I'm rambling. Just do this. Promise yourself you're going to spend 10 or 15 minutes a day in a great book. In your back office, Bark has just set it up for success on demand. We got it on our iPhone now. They got to show me how to turn it on with my app and all that, but you have to. You have to keep building your mind. You have to keep building yourself, building yourself, building yourself. He's such an awesome guy that he gave it to us as part of our e-suite. I mean, we were in companies when they charged us thousands of dollars for access to material like that. He just gives it to us because he knows we all need it. I need it. Melody needs it. You need it. You have to promise yourself that's going to be one of those IPA activities. Reading a book like this is an IPA, believe it or not, because it's expanding your mind, the can-do part of your mind. Okay? You have to fill I keep talking about this, fill your house with your number. Fill your house with positive affirmations and statements. We've got it on the dashboard of our car. You know, well, we just see it, and it goes into our brain somewhere. Our mind is so powerful, we have no idea how powerful our minds are. But once your brain gets a hold of something, it won't let go of it. You know, how many times have you had a problem or situation, you go to sleep, and the next morning it just comes to you, wow, we should have done this, or I can do this. Your mind doesn't let go of this stuff. It's always turning. It's always working 24 hours a day. You keep feeding your brain, keep feeding your mind, building yourself up, and you'll be amazed what will happen in a short period of time. Okay? So we got IPAs in there, right? You got your dream, everybody? Dreams, you hear this all the time, but it's so crucial. You have to know what you want. You have to know what you want. And they're big things that I call the scary dreams that make you cry to think about, wow, I could actually have a private jet and not have to stand in these lines at the airport and have them violate me and stuff, you know. You have to have those that, that just, you can't accomplish that on your own. The only way you're going to get that is the help of God. You have those. Then you have the smaller dreams. The smaller goals and dreams. You have to break it down to those things. But you have to have that. You have to plaster that stuff everywhere, where your mind is on it. We've been talking about going to Scotland all my life. I'm 57 years old. Melody surprised me a year and a half ago with the trip to Scotland for our 25th wedding anniversary. You know, that's something we've been talking about for years. I've had a picture of St. Andrews. It's in my folder over there for years. To go to St. Andrews, the home of golf and all this stuff, you know. And we did it. I mean, I look at it. We're starting to check them off now. Check them off. And it's not just because it's all about us and just me, but this for you guys, you gals. Where would you like to go? What would you like to do? What kind of car would you like to drive? What kind of house would you want to live in? I had some realtor friends that were telling me that most people are only about $600 a month away from what they're paying now in their house to their dream house. That blew my mind. It was just that little amount of money extra. We can do that at what? Ruby, Emerald, to help people do that at this point? Take advantage of that guarantee. I don't know how many people, like we were all saying today, how many people have got in businesses, got in network marketing companies that never made anything. We were one of them. We've spent a whole lot more than we ever made. With that 500 guarantee, you're guaranteeing you're a brand new person. I'm going to help you, and you're going to make at least $500, and that 500 is going to turn into a lot more than that. But with that guarantee, that is so powerful. If you will run with that, if you will focus on that, get your 3 wrap-free 500 guarantee, then help those 3 go on to be that diamond, you're going to get that 5,000, the high five. What's 3 times 5? 15. Whoa. Okay, they're going to get the 10. And guess what? You're setting yourself for triple diamond. Triple diamond. What's a triple diamond? A double diamond leg. A diamond leg and another diamond leg. And 2 400 qualified legs is triple diamond. Boom! 10,000 a month. It is doable. It's not like it's just way out there somewhere in this big world. It's not. It's doable. But you got to change some things in your life. Stay focused on what is important to me. What is important to me? Turn that TV off. I said that 5 times, I guess. But turn that thing down. Turn that thing off. Get some positive, powerful stuff going in you, because you got to be indestructible in this crazy thing, right? Nothing can stop you. Nothing. I'm going over. I'm going under. I'm going around. I don't care, right? Some will, some what, so what? We just need a handful that say, I want to do this. And every one of those, I call them these young kids on that stage. They had that microphone in their hand. I think of 3 or 4 that just flashed through my mind. Weren't even in this thing a year ago. They were a presidential diamond on that stage with the microphone. Yeah, they were afraid for anybody to even see their little house. It was, 900 square feet in a dumpy part of town. They would meet anybody anywhere, but don't come to our house. They were ashamed of their house, But that's where they were. You can't just change that like that, right? But they didn't let them stop them, did they? They didn't. They had to go through some uncomfortable things for a while and stretch their mind out there, and kaboom, look at where they're set up to be. We love everybody here. I'll tell you, we do. Mel and I love everybody here. And I want to challenge you and ask you yourself to think of it this way with this business. How many people can you fit in your heart? How many people can you fit in your heart? How many people can you look outside of your realm and say, I'm going to help them. I'd like to help them. And by doing that, you're going to help yourself too. Don't get me wrong. But that's the only way you're going to truly succeed is to get your eyes off yourself and put your eyes on some other people. And get in there and pull your sleeves up, pull your panties up a little bit, whatever, and help them. And help them get that 500 guarantee. And then help them get to diamond in their 3 months' time. And help them do the same thing with their 3. And you're going to be amazed what's going to happen. You're going to be just totally blown away for what can happen with the power of network marketing. Because we're seeing it with It Works now. But that's my attitude is there was only 6,000 in that room. That's worldwide. That's Canada, UK, Belgium, Australia, you know, all of it, the whole world. That's it at this point in time. You've never had such an opportunity in your life. I don't think you have. I really don't. You've never had such an opportunity in your life that's in your hands right now. You don't want to miss this. This is the most awesome thing that Blair and Melody have ever done in their whole entire life. It really and truly is. I just want you to have that feeling for what it's like when you have people come up to you with tears in their eyes saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. You need to know what that feels like for yourself, too. Don't let this go through your fingers. Don't let this just slip through, okay, as the boob tube just keeps putting that in your mind, okay? Promise yourself, I'm not going to be one of those. They said that right about half the people that came to conference last year weren't back there this year. And I went, wow. So that really means that only 900 people did that into the people that were there because there were 1,800 last year, only 900. You know, my mind works that way. Don't be one of those. Promise yourself that I'm not going to be one of those. That I can't tell you what you're going to go through. You're going to go through some stuff, okay? You're going to go through some things. I don't know any other way around it. Just know that's part of the deal. That's okay. We're going to be there the best we all can together, and I'm going to go through it. It may hold me down for a day or two, but it ain't going to hold me down any longer than that. Promise yourself that, okay? Promise yourself. Set your dream board up. If you haven't done that yet, please set your dream board up. Dare to dream. If you notice in the magazine, whatever, when I sign, I put in there, dare to dream, because you have to. You have to dare to dream. God wants us to prosper and excel, to dream big dreams, okay? You have to challenge yourself to dare to dream. Put those things out there. Sit down. If you're single, it doesn't matter. With your spouse, if he's not on board yet or she's not on board yet, that's okay. You just keep going. You sit down and you write down your number. How much do I need to retire from my job or quit my business and give this thing all the attention that it needs? You write that number down. It's different for everybody in this room. But you come up with that number and you plaster that number all over your house, all over your car. I challenge you. You do it. And you'll be amazed when that number hits. You'll go, wow. And then you'd wish you had a bigger number. So that's what happened for Blair and Melody. Anyway, we love you. The sky's the limit. We haven't seen anything yet. We really haven't. We haven't seen anything yet with where we're going. We're going to take everybody with us that wants to go. We're going to run with you. We're going to cry with you. We will walk some, but not very slow, okay? Just tear it up. Tear it up. Now is your time. Now is your opportunity that you've been hoping for and looking for, and that people out there in the hundreds are looking for right now. They're just waiting for you to slap that crazy rap on them. All right? Love you.